What's up, y'all? Trent Small, the chef, aka Red Specs, and this is Unscripted Conversations, where we don't sugarcoat a damn thing on this show. You know how we do. We talk about life, people, and the truth. Today's topic: opposite sex friendships. So let's get into it. First, I want to thank everybody for helping Unscripted Conversations and Food for Thought over the couple of years that passed that we've been doing this. From the bottom of our heart, from Red Specs, AK Alpha Moon, from BK Picky, we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, our YouTube channel is starting to grow very well, and we just want to thank you guys for that. Also, tonight, there's going to be a poll, not a stripper poll. Stop it. Stop it. Not a stripper poll. It's going to be a poll there for you guys to answer about this subject tonight. Okay. It could be yes, no, maybe, whatever you want to say. So I lined up a poll that will be flashing every now and then on the show tonight. Let's get into it. So as we always do, let's start with segment one. Let's start with segment one. The truth, the honest truth, nobody wants to talk about. And besides, it's New York City today, and it's a little humid today. So it's a little hot today. All right, let's start here, right? On paper, yeah, men and women can be friends. But in reality, it's a little complicated than that, right? It's a little more complicated than that because attractions don't ask for permission. And feelings don't send a warning text, all right? And sometimes what starts as just you guys vibe and just a vibe turns into something somebody can catch, like the flu, right? So let me break it down like this. So most opposite sex friendships fall into three categories, right? One is one person is attracted and the other isn't. Two, both are attracted. And three, neither is attractive, which is kind of rare, but it exists. It's rare, but it exists, right? And let's be real. The third one, that's the one everybody claims they're in. But most people are living in options 1 and 2. Okay, they living in options 1 and 2. So that's what's going on there. Segment 3, right? The waiting my turn friend. Let me explain. Let's talk about the one nobody wants to admit, the friend. Let's start with the friend, right? So that's really just waiting, right? That friend is just really just there waiting, okay? Whether it's waiting to break up, waiting for argument, waiting for the moment you get vulnerable, right? That's the waiting friend. So have you ever noticed how some friends are always available, right? Always available, man. You could call, they there. You could cry, they there. You fighting with your partner, there you go. Okay, y'all know where I'm getting at, right? They're really there when you fight with your partner. Because they're not just your friend. They're invested in you. And sometimes they're playing the long game. So just remember that. They're there playing the long game, right? Segment 3, women versus men, and I guess how they see it, right? How each sex see it. Now let's talk about the differences, right? So women will say, hey, he's just my friend, like Bismarcky, right? He's just a friend. And they mean that. They actually mean that. But what they don't realize is the man might not see it the same way. Okay. They might not see it the same way. Men, let's keep it real. Lord. Men, let's keep it real. A lot of men can be friends, right? A lot of men can be friends. But boy, if the opportunity presents itself, they're not going to say no. They're not going to say no. And I'm not saying all men's calm down, calm down, calm down. I'm not saying all men, but enough to make this conversation real. It's enough to make this conversation real. So I'm not saying all men. And women, sometimes they value emotional connection so deeply that they don't even see when a man is slowly catching feelings. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Red Specs, don't do that to us. Don't do that to us. Yo, calm down, calm down. I'm just bringing the truth here tonight, Unscripted Conversations. Yeah. So I have some, because I put the promo up earlier this week. Matter of fact, yesterday, not even earlier this week, yesterday. And people were in the comments. So I want to read a couple of the comments here, okay? This is from Mel in Movito Mogento. If I said that right, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm bad with names. She said, simply no, right? Simply no. I don't think men and women can be just friends. Friendly, cordial, yes. But a true friendship between men and women requires a type of intimacy and closeness that I don't think can be just platonic. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. They was getting all in it. They was getting all in it. Someone else, Virgil X, says this. Sure, if it started with that agreement that they're going to be friends, that's all it's going to be. And if that's all it's going to be, I think it can happen. So thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for that. And once again, the poll is going to be coming up. It's up. What's your thoughts on this subject? What's your thoughts on this subject? Can women and men just be good friends? Put it up in the poll there and let me know what you think. Segment 4. When friendships cross the line. So let's talk about boundaries, because this is where things get messy, gets messy. And there's nobody in aisle 6 to clean it up. All right. So we have the late night calls, right? Late night calls. Yeah, boom. Deep emotional calls, right? Sharing things you don't even tell your partner. Okay, you telling your best friend. Now tell me something. Is that still just friendship? Or did it turn into emotional cheating? Wow. Think about it. Think about it. Did that just change into emotional cheating? Because you got to remember, cheating isn't always physical, okay? It could be mental as well, verbal. Sometimes it's who you run to first, right? Who you run to first, who understands you better, who you vent with about your relationships. That's where the line gets blurred. So be careful on that one. Segment 5. Can it actually work? Can it actually work? All right, let's be fair. Let's be fair because, yes, it can work, but only under certain conditions. All right. You have to clear boundaries, no hidden attractions. Okay. Also, respect for the relationship, and you have to have that transparency. So that means your partner knows about this person. And that feels uncomfortable. Okay. You know, not suspicious, not uneasy. You can't have none of that. Not like something's off, you know. Because if your partner feels uncomfortable, something usually is off. Once they start feeling that uncomfortable, something is off. So that area is very thin. Watch it, watch it, watch it, ladies and gents. Segment 6, the real test. The real test, right? Here's the real test. I want you to ask yourself this. Be honest. If your partner had a friend exactly like yours, would you be okay with it? I'm going to say it again. If your partner had a friend exactly like your friend, would you be okay with it? Same late night talks, same energy, same closeness. You cool with that? Holla at the moon. You cool with that? And if the answer is no, then you already know the truth. And you already know it's not going to work. Segment 7. Why do people hold on to these friendships? Why? So let's go deeper. Pause. Some people keep opposite sex friends because they like the attention. They like having that backup, if you will. They don't fully trust their relationship. That's another reason. Or they're just not ready to let go of options. Okay. That's real. And a lot of people won't admit that out loud. Bam. I hit you on that one, didn't I? I hit your ass with that one. Segment 8, let's go. Because we into this, baby. The emotional reality. The emotional reality. So here's another part nobody talks about enough, right? Some of the strongest emotional bonds starts with friendship. Agreed? That's why this gets tricky. Because what happens when one person catches feelings, now the relationship changes altogether. Now there's tension, right? Now somebody got to either confess or suppress, right? And either way, something shifts. So hit that poll. Let me know what you think about this subject tonight. Once again, what's your thoughts on this subject? Can women and men just be good friends? Segment 9. Let's say your intentions matter. Let's say segment 9, your intentions matter. Because you got to remember, at the end of the day, it comes down to intentions, right? I want you to ask yourself, why am I really friends with this person? Why? Is it because y'all grew up together, childhood, 2 years old, and as you grew up, y'all became this friend? Because that's genuine, isn't it? Is it genuine? Or is there something underneath there? Because people can feel energy, right? Even when nothing is said, you could feel that energy. She feel it, you feel it, y'all feel that energy, both of you. Okay. So I want to hear from you guys and drop it in the comments. Like I said, can men and women really just be friends? Or is somebody always catching feelings? And be honest. Drop it in the comments there. Let me know. Or have you ever been in have you ever been in that situation? Right? Have you ever been the friend, right? Or the one waiting? Have you ever been the friend or that one waiting? And my final thoughts tonight, once again, thank you so much for being with me here tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let me leave you with this, right? Opposite sex friendships, they're not impossible. They're not impossible, but they require maturity, honesty, and boundaries most of us people don't have, to be honest. Because the truth is, this is not about whether men and women can be friends. It's about whether both people are truly being honest about what they feel. Truly honest about what they feel. And if you're going to hide the friendship underneath all of that and defend it constantly or explain it too much to people, it might not be as innocent as you think. And that's something we all got to be real with, to ourselves. Now, if this conversation hits you, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to our channel like I always ask you guys to do. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next one coming up, because I got a nice one coming up next week. And thank you for joining me on this episode of Unscripted Conversations, where we talk about the things people feel but don't always say. Catch you next time. Peace. Keep it real. Thank you.